Oh yes, I'm gonna keep it private. Bro, no. You need to exonerate yourself. Excuse me? No. Oh, no. You're not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna hide it behind privacy. No. It don't work that way. I just want to let you know this does involve S8 as well, so it's very serious. However, it's something that needs to be talked about. It involves one of our really good friends, chat, somebody that we hold near and dear to our heart, and we need to take a look at this situation going on, chat. We're going to talk about this particular person named Sparta Kickman. A maniac mod, chat. A maniac mod. Sparta Kickman has gone on to do some absolutely horrible things to multiple streamers. Let's go take a look at what all that entails, guys. Yeah, it's really rough. It's really rough. After looking at everything and watching Mickey's VOD, it's gross. So, anyway, let's talk here, guys. I come here from Froggy Hoppin'. Froggy saying, finding out a former admin of mine, Sparta Kickman, abused his powers in my collab server. To get involved with multiple streamers is so disgusting and disappointing. I didn't realize how many women there actually were. I should have acted sooner as he crossed my boundaries. Hope all girls affected are doing okay. I'm truly so sorry for the sexual harassment you underwent. This is, of course, his Discord ID if you want to screenshot that. And using an out of context screenshot like this to make himself seem better is so sad. This is before my trust was violated by him. So, again, Sparta Kickman using this screenshot, which we're going to look at here in a bit. That's just basically like, oh, this was before, obviously, lost trust, but trying to use that as a way to kind of shift the narrative. Oh, everything's fine, when obviously it's clearly not. So I had seen Mickey kind of mention a little bit of this stuff. It's kind of made everybody in there uncomfortable, sucked the life out of everybody. Yeah. And I'm so sorry, I'm sorry if you had to deal with that too. I'd seen Mickey talking about how she was hearing something was going on in the background, like she was having some issues. Well, turns out, guys, it looks like it was Sparta. Mickey goes on to say, Sparta was one of the people who stalked me around the con, watching me and my friends and following my entire schedule, to the point that I had 2 mods keeping an eye out for him in case everything happened. Again, stalking Neko Mickey, just like we had unfortunately seen with Vexoria. He was someone I had to unmod over a year ago for manipulating my community, somebody who lied about other streamers in a bid to make himself look better while tearing me down. I generally had no idea what he was up to since then. I didn't even know about his rumors about me until Offkai. So guys, imagine this. You're Neko Mickey. You go to Offkai, and then all of a sudden you hear these nasty rumors about you. Turns out it was this big creepy mod that you let go of a year ago who decided he was going to tear down other people and lie about stuff just to make himself seem better. Well, I generally had no idea what I was up to since then. For anybody affected, I'm here for you. And if you need anything at all, please feel free to reach out. Absolutely crazy, chat. So let's go take a look here. Of course, there's another person we're going to talk about who is Chaa Chilla. And Chaa Chilla definitely has a very important story to tell. So, guys, of course, I warned you about S8. Well, Chaa Chilla says, I'm the one of the women that Spider took advantage of. And Missy is referring to, unfortunately, this was not online, but an Offkai with physical SA, as I was stuck in a hotel room all weekend with him. So before we dive into this document, chat, we're going to go take a look at what Mickey had to say on her live stream about what happened, guys. So obviously I want you to hear from the horse's mouth, just because, again, it's her story to tell, right?
We're going to try and get through it today.
So let's take a look at what Mickey had to say, chat.
Today's gonna be an interesting day. That's all
Yeah,
I'm gonna
absolutely
say.
unacceptable.
To, sum it up, interesting. Hi, Sia. Also, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I hope your chronic pain flare goes away completely soon. I'm glad that stream is a distraction, though.
Mickey is such a good bean. Like, I'm gonna say this 2 ways. First, I'm gonna say this as your newscaster or whatever you want to call me, your VTuber commentator, right, chat? Here's what I'm going to say, chat. For you to mess with somebody like this, to talk shit behind somebody's back when you just got let go as a mod is absolutely ridiculous. The fact that you cannot move on past that is insane to me that you would go talk shit, go behind people's back, just because you got let go as a mod. That's crazy. Now I'm gonna tell you, as a friend of Mickey, actually, sincerely, Sparta, fuck you. Mickey is one of the nicest people in the entire world. She is so kind. She is so giving. She is one of the nicest, most genuine people I've ever met in the VTuber space. And for you to fuck with her and Missy, I don't know. I don't know directly, Cha Cha, but obviously they don't deserve to go through they went through. But knowing Mickey and knowing Missy, for you to do that kind of shit to them is unacceptable. Absolutely unacceptable. Mickey is one of the kindest, most genuine people I have ever met in my entire life, chat. Outside of VTubing, like my entire life, Mickey is so genuine and so sweet. So for you to fuck with her really grinds my gears on a personal level. And nobody deserves that, right? I don't know Cha Cha, but I do want her to know, for anybody that went through this stuff, you know, we are here to support you, and that's what we're talking about it. Because people need to know that this happened. It's horrible.
GLH, welcome on in. Thank you so much for the headbats. I really appreciate it. Yeah, today is interesting. I think that's the most neutral way to put it. We will be covering.
I had a mod do this to me years ago. He accessed my Patreon without my permission and tried to shit talk me to my mods and friends when I fired him for being invasive. Gotta love it, Spexer. Gotta love it. What the fuck, bro? People cannot take an L. People cannot take an L. Especially when you go to those types of links. And I'm glad that you're okay, Spexer, and I'm glad it didn't evolve into what we're talking about today, but that is another fucked up thing as well. I mean, I had a mod a long time ago when I was first starting that we let him go and he lost his shit. So I can a little bit empathize with you. Not to that level, of course.
Bring some serious topics here at the very beginning. I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, but I have found out some new information that makes me angry and frustrated, disappointed, like so
rightfully so.
many emotions.
I'd be
And so
beyond
I want
frustrated.
to make, like, a verbal statement to, because it's hard to write everything down in a text on Twitter, right? And so I just want to get this out here and out in the universe.
Oh my god, Sprixer is on her news today, chat. I don't know if you know that, but Sprixer is so cool that she's on her news twice today.
Dual, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on it. Obviously, the first one is free. There will be heavy topics being discussed, so trigger warning for the beginning of stream. This will be about my Offkai experience, like stalking. There will also be mention of an SA incident, not by me, but affecting somebody I know, by the person who is also harassing me. Yeah, exactly. Hi, Thor. Welcome on in. How you doing?
Crazy.
Good to see you.
Thanks for giving us up this fix. I appreciate you.
In. Good to see you as well.
I'm gonna skip just a little bit ahead, guys.
Hello, I really appreciate the support. Yeah, today might very well be on an alt watching this, or somebody will send it to them.
Well, I'm sure I don't doubt it.
If you do end up watching this,
your kid's Sprix. You had to do that.
I know
I
what
appreciate
you've been
you,
saying
kitty.
about me. I know that you've been telling lies about why I unmodded you to other people. I have physical screenshots of people coming into my DMs saying they were told something completely different. I have more than one person coming into my DM saying they were told something different that was a lie about why I unmodded you. So if you do try to come at me with your Google Doc that you are threatening to make against your victims of any kind, I'm just gonna say don't even try it with me right now, because
oh yeah, Mickey,
whatever you're going to say about me in that doc is going to either be out of context or completely fabricated. Do not try.
Oh yeah, Mickey, you tell him. You tell him.
Do not. I know exactly what you're up to, and I have proof that you lied about me. What does this mean, Mickey? What are you talking about? We're gonna get into it. Don't worry, we will. Mars, thank you for showing for stream. And Obara, thank you for the lurk. I really appreciate it.
Hear Mickey just go. What the fuck? That's so funny.
Support the peeps. I appreciate you, Thor.
Good. I'm glad she's not having it. Nobody should have to deal with this shit.
Thank you very much.
It's fucked up.
You got receipts? Look.
If you're watching this, fuck you. Actually.
Don't mess with me. We always got receipts. Exactly. Don't mess with me, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. So, anyway. Hi, Zeke. Welcome on. Thank you for showing for stream. Sorry, I can't do slurps too hard with a cough drop in my mouth, otherwise I'm gonna choke.
Oh my god, I did that one time. I had a cough drop and I like
Mitch. How you
choked.
doing? Lovely, good to see you. Welcome, welcome on, and thank you for popping in for support. I really appreciate it. Yeah. The sad part is, okay, the good news is I found out somebody is spreading some of the rumors about me. The bad news is this is not the only person spreading rumors about me.
Oh, that sucks. That super sucks. So, even though Mickey's had some issues with this, right? At least they were able to identify that this one person was part of the problem, obviously, chat. So, as you heard from Mickey, you know, she straight up says, she just like, look, you know, I have some receipts, obviously, to refute a lot of the stuff that you want to say. Well, chat, first up, though, more importantly, we need to take a look here what Chaa Chilla had to say about her experience with, of course, Sparta. So, guys, again, just a trigger warning, just letting you know, if this is your time to click off, you can do that. My experience with Sparta kicked me in. And of course, there's a screenshot. Okay, I have a room booked by Parkin by Radisson for one. Ideas, we could try contacting them and asking to make it for 2 guests and see what they say. It's a single queen size bed in the room. That's fine. All right, I'll try contacting them when I get home and see what they say. So they are just basically like, they're both going to Offkai. Sparta had a room. And so it seems like Chaa Chilla is like, yeah, can I stay in your room? I had no sexual intent when going into a room with Sparta. I just thought we were sharing a bed as friends. We never had any sexual conversations at all, especially not about engaging in sexual acts together. So already what I'm gathering, chat, is this person was like, oh, I'm offering my room to you, so you better sleep with me. Like, this is why I, like, it sucks, but this is the reason why I don't ever room with anybody that I don't personally, like, physically know. I will not just do that with somebody online, you know what I mean? So fucked up that's part of it, but it would even, like, insinuate to that. But we'll get to that here in a bit, chat. We invented a friend server. We got to know each other over the course of a little over a month. We were friends and just friends. They only knew each other for a month, chat. There's no romantic intent in our messages, just memes. And other things. We met at the airport and a VTuber friend was with him. That friend parted ways with us. We took an Uber to our room the first night, nothing happened, and we just slept. The second night on 6/19, I went to bed and I woke up to him touching my thigh. I froze thinking if I stayed till he'd stop. Thinking if I stayed till he stopped. And then he started to slip his hand under my underwear. That is beyond fucking gross, dude. Why would you make an advance on somebody that you have had any type of anything going on with them, and they just wanted to, like, get a room with you? That's it. Like, why are you assuming you literally just sexually assaulted somebody? Because at this point, I asked him what he was doing. He didn't pull his hand back and went back to bed. That is so bad. I feel so bad because they didn't have, like, anywhere to go. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they could just leave because they needed a room to stay, you know? Later on, I woke up, put his hand in my underwear again, and I tried to push his hand away. He didn't move his hand. He kept pushing it further. He told me, you slept in my room with me. Didn't you want this? For you to assume that there was no consent ever given. Ever given. There was no fucking consent ever given. I'm going to let you read this next line by yourself, chat. I really don't want to read that out loud. That's gross. The fact that this person did that to them. I am so sorry, Chaa Chilla. I hope you were okay. To the best of your ability, because that is absolutely horrible. I can't imagine. He kept doing this and told me to turn on my side. I did, and I noticed he was trying to stick something else in me. I started pushing him away and getting very staunch about not wanting that. He then jacked off and asked me if I minded if he made a mess. I said, yes, I do mind. Please don't get it on me. He put it on his hand. This is somebody that is taking advantage of somebody that wanted to get a room with them. That was just like, look, I need a room for Offkai. You took advantage of them. And you literally assaulted them. These situations are so dangerous for newer and smaller VTuber cons to really consider hotline emergency services people can call any situations creators are going to events alone. You're so right. You're absolutely right. It's so scary to think that this happens. It's a norm, chat. I'm going to tell you again how you guys know my partner, Am. He is a forensic scientist that specializes in SA chat. It is so sad, I can tell you, how many cases and how often it happens. It's really sad and it's really horrible. And it hurts my heart to see this happen to people, and especially a fellow VTuber like Chaa Chilla. And again, you were just put in such a horrible situation, you know? After this, I started avoiding him at the con. I didn't tell him where I was, and he lost me. He tried to follow me around multiple times, and a few times I was able to meet my friends with me because I was able to get away from him. Sometimes I was able to lose him in the crowd, which is what I tried to do. So after they do this, stalking them, you know what I mean? Here's the messages. I'll track you, so I'm just wandering now. Same, I went to the community stage to see the concert. Okay, I'm gonna go to the Pixelated Night thing. Already it starts at 8, doesn't it? It's at 6. I'm taking the other one. Okay, Oshibar starts at 8. Yeah, okay, I'm out front. I don't have a ticket for Pixelated. I couldn't leave him completely because I had no room without him. Again, that's kind of what I surmised, right? They probably felt trapped about it. And I also could not lift my wheelchair. I needed his help in order to get to the con with my wheelchair. So they were literally trapped, chat. I saw Top to get him out to the con and blocked him due to how uncomfortable I was. Unfortunately, I was too scared to have a confrontation. I just wanted to put his situation past me. Everyone seeing all the other women affected. I didn't want this to happen to anybody else. And Chaa Chilla, I just want you to know, like, we are here we support you in this, and I am so sorry that you felt like that you had to hide this. I'm so sorry that you felt like you had to hide this, because this is just horrible, horrible, horrible stuff. For somebody to do this to you, your courage is very admirable, and I'm so glad that you were able to come forward with your story, you know what I mean? So chat, now we have the response to this. So Sparta Kickman decided to release his own document about all of this. But first up, you know, here's the tweet we're talking about. Apparently everything conveniently happened in the VC. Not convincing when the burden of proof stays with the one. Making accusations, I have no insults to offer either. Making emotional jabs not only convinces me that I was lied to at the time. But again, they're using some screenshots from a long time ago, you know what I mean? Long time ago. So this is just out of context, right? And of course, they go on to say, I'll probably make a talk to address everything people are saying about me at this point. If anybody cares, stay tuned. Well, we are going to be looking here at that document here in just a second. But I want to point out one more thing here, which is, of course, that document. And of course, this person is like, yeah, bro, I wait to see your dumbass caller coordinated attack on you. Random nobody, LOL. Expose yourself, etc. So, yeah, we will get to that. The chat. Here it is, my response. The allegations. So let's go take a look at what's going on. My Offkai experience. It's come to my attention I've been accused of some serious stuff that allegedly happened while I was the Offkai. I'm making this document to tell my side of the story for anybody who cares enough to know it, and address what people are saying as best as I can. The first point I will make, I'll address is a streamer I was formerly associated with almost 2 years ago called Nekomiki. I removed as her moderator for having a disagreement with one of her community members, in which case she decided to remove me from the moderation team. Okay, after this happened, I resigned to only lurking streams until I was eventually banned with no solid reason given. So, chat, really quickly, with no solid reason given. I got some news for you, bro. Nobody has to give you a reason. They can ban you for any reason. They can be like, your name starts with S, you're banned. It's their stream. They can literally do whatever they want. They don't have to have a solid reason. I know that sucks to hear, but like, I'm gonna tell you guys, let's put this in perspective for a second. So you've been accused of sexual assault, and the first thing you want to talk about is how you got banned by Mickey. Bro, you sexually assaulted somebody. I've since only acknowledged her existence when asked why I was banned from her community. You know, has recently accused me of stalking her Offkai, which I did attend. The only thing I knew she was doing was a performance at the Pixelated party, which I did go to. I was asked to go and then informed of her performance specifically. I could avoid her. Where was you addressing that you talked a bunch of shit behind her back? I better be up here. So here is on 513. You'll come, right? The outcome is she's Mickey is going to be one of the performers, so is Artie and some other kids that follow them. Find out, oh, okay, just give me a heads up. I don't want to interact with her or anything, okay? Hey everybody, just a quick reminder, if you've been enjoying this video, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. It helps me a ton. Okay, back to the video. What doesn't exonerate you of still stalking somebody? Oh, I knew when they're gonna be at this party, and I said I didn't want to interact with them, even though I totally did and stalked them anyway, but I'm not a stalker. What? Also left the party early to attend a different event called the Oshi Bar. Okay, you still went to their event. I have evidence that I was at the event since I took a short video. I met up with another person there will be mentioned later. In conclusion, I never engaged with or tried to engage with Nekomiki in any way during the con. Never searching for information regarding her location. Never asked anything about her. Never approached her in any way. And conversely, I actively wish to avoid her as much as possible. I'll include a few pics of the events for the con I went to. That says at these events that she was not. Then at least this party shows my innocence. I mean, that shows that you didn't go to the party necessarily. But that doesn't show that you didn't talk shit about them behind their back. You know what I mean?
So excited and so nervous since it's my first time.
Okay, so they were... I mean, clearly there's a video of them being here, and... I mean, that's fine and all, but again... But let's say hypothetically we use this as a way to exonerate you, right? Of stalking Mickey. You still didn't address anything about you talking shit about her. Yeah, that too. I mean, I want to give that the benefit of the doubt, Sprix. I probably shouldn't at all, but like this could be anybody's videos or pictures, right? If you had yourself in it, that'd be one thing. Also, there's like nobody there, so maybe you could have like put yourself in it. Harassment accusation. Second point. So they literally did not address the fact that they talked shit. If they don't address this, I'm going to lose my mind. Second point, I've been accused of sexually harassing VTubers. The collab server stated in a post by Froggy Hoppins here. Okay, this was the one that we first looked at. Let's take a look. I'm not sure who all is meant to be referring to, and I doubt I'll ever find out. But these allegations come with no evidence to support them. Only had significant interaction with a few people from the server. The claim was made that the harassment occurred in BC, which puts an argument to, as I said, they said situation. I mean, that is true, right? But here's the thing about it. Let me hit you with a few things. So, like, when you say, like, it's a he said, she said situation, right? It's one thing when, like, maybe one person says that, right? But now there's, like, 3 to 5 people actively calling you out. It's no longer he said, she said, you know what I mean? There's multiple people saying these things about you. Like, you know, 1 is one thing, right? 2 is a pattern, and 3 is like, oh shit. I'm not sure it was all meant to referring to. I only had significant interaction with a few people from this server. The claim was made that the harassment occurred in BC. Puts argument to I said, they said situation. Obviously, I can't somehow prove that I never did anything over the line in a voice chat because I did not record any VC activity. I do wonder how no one happened to get any kind of evidence of this despite VTubers very commonly having OBS open at all times. Making a very simple click to start recording it if it needed. This is a little bit of a misleading, right? There's a lot of rules about 1 party and 2 party consent based on where you live. So being like, oh, well, you don't have the proof for it. Well, at the same time, like saying like people, oh, nobody recorded it, so must not be true. That's also not true because there are laws about consent and recording, right? Sadly, sometimes people get away with stuff in VC. You know what I mean? Warning adult themes. Third point, finally the most serious accusations come from somebody I had into Offkai with. As the last minute change my plans, I was asked by a VTuber named Chaa Chilla if I could share a room. I'd informed her there was only 1 bed, but I was willing to share it. She took no issue with this. The first night came, I had gone to sleep on my back arms on my side to avoid rolling. I woke up at some point in the middle of the night feeling her skin pressed against my hand. I will not go into detail about what happened following this to keep her privacy and only mention important parts of information. I will not go into detail about what happened to keep her privacy. Bro, you're being accused of sexual assault. What are you talking about? Oh, yes, I'm gonna keep it private. Bro, no, you need to exonerate yourself. Excuse me? No. Oh, no. You're not gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna hide it behind privacy. No. It don't work that way. I'm sorry, no. We want the information. The other thing is, one, I did not engage in any activities until I was certain she was both awake and engaged. She gave me instructions, asked me to do specific things during the activities. She just said, he said in her document, no. Wait, so I did not engage until I was certain she was awake and engaged. Well, what does that mean? You literally just admitted it. She gave me instructions, asked me to do specific things. Bro, in her document, she literally says right here, he told me to turn, he kept doing this to me, turn on my side, okay, right? I started pushing away, getting ready to staunch. Absent-minded and said, yes, I do, please don't get on me. So you're saying that this is permission, that this is the instructions? No, bro. Absolutely not. You never got consent. You literally are admitting that you did it, and now you're trying to backtrack. But she said she wanted to stop. I did not do anything further. Make sure she would be okay with anything that happened. That's not consent. That is not consent. Nah, that's wild, dude. The following day, she told me it felt rushed, to which I apologized the following night. Made clear she wasn't engaged, so I did not. Where's the screenshots of that? Do you have screenshots of that? Because from what it sounded like is you assaulted her, and then like she said here, you put her in a very uncomfortable situation where she had to, she was in a room, right? Got to be in a room with you. She was in a wheelchair, so she needed help, and she had nowhere else to go, so she had to deal with you and went on to ignore you as much as possible. Where's the proof of that? You're being accused of SA. Why are you not actually, like, attempting to exonerate yourself at all? Like, you literally just admitted right here. You literally just admitted right here. What am I missing something, chat? Am I just, like, brain dead? But what am I missing here? The explanation is a response to the Google Doc. I'm going to assume this is Chaa Chilla. The release where they accused me of SA and claimed they were stuck with me for the rest of the time and trying to avoid me as much as possible. Reality is this, you were going to happen the first night, which I can understand. But it's completely need to spin the tail to make it seem like this was all somehow me. Is there proof of that? I don't even mind not wanting to do anything with me afterwards, but the feeling they need to make up a whole story like this, I will now show more context of DMs. Showing that she wasn't exactly avoiding me during the con like she said. Actually taking the time to help her anytime she needed it, buying an Uber to take her to wherever she wanted to go, even though I had no plans of doing so. I took lots of pictures out today at Standy's and merch as well as I looked around. Bro, it doesn't matter. What do you not understand? It doesn't matter if you had continued talks with her after. She was in an uncomfortable situation and she was stuck. And she had basically, she felt like no choice but to deal with you till she could eventually actually get out of that room and get away with you. And then block you and try to get away 100%. This could be anything whatsoever. It says, oh, I bought her Ubers. Bro, this doesn't prove anything. It's just a screenshot of Ubers. This proves nothing, bro. This literally proves nothing. So this is where hers cut off, right? And I'll take it for pixelated. Okay, then we meet up at the Ocean Bar. Okay, I'm upstairs. Where you at? On the ground floor. Come upstairs on an escalator. Went up to the private event. No, I didn't. I already went up, but we didn't go anymore in the private event. At the doors to exit the building. Looks like they're starting to close this up, so it's a plan to go to Offkai Live. They're going to carry you for a bit. They're going to give Yabai Market a little bit after 8. They'll be going to stuff in, or if you want it, I don't know anything about it. Where do I go? Main stage up in a room. I'm going to go to Taco Bell right now. Yeah, I'm starving. Want to meet outside. The thing is, it's like, just because somebody continues to, like, okay, look. If you were assaulted, chat. If you were assaulted, everybody deals with this in different ways, right? Some people might take them days, weeks to realize that they've been assaulted, right? Some people never realize it and never come forward. You know what I mean, chat? In this case, she might have also had this happen, tried to brush it off. As she said in here, in her document, that she didn't want to, she wanted to move on, put the situation past her. So you can't sit there and say, oh, because she continued to interact with me that I didn't do it. You still did it, bro. You're still guilty. You know what I mean? Like, oh my God. Yeah, that's crazy logic. Oh, so because she continued to interact with me, I didn't do anything wrong. No, that's not true. If I look at this, how she's typing and stuff like that, she probably was scared. She probably felt trapped. And she probably felt like that she had to deal with you and be nice so she could just get away from you. I can't afford to recognize what has happened until I'm away from this person. Again, they're talking about, like, I'm starving. Want to meet outside? I want to see the rest of the concert. Okay, go ahead. No worries. All right, it's over. I'm at the entrance. Okay, where did you want to meet? Outside in front of con? I'm outside. Okay, I'm coming. Nothing's closing. Where are you up to? You still here? Again, I'm downstairs. Let me pass on my business cards. Okay. Conclusion, I'm not against taking accountability for mistakes I make. However, in this instance, all you see are accusations and he said, she said claims. The concept of innocent until proven guilty means the burden of proof lies with the accuser and not the accused. Despite that, I still come to address what has been said, because I know there was sensitive topics like this. It can be easy to forget how important it is to present sufficient evidence to back up your claims. If there's anything more to address, I will add to the end of the document additional tab. I will answer any questions there might be, do my best to clear up any misunderstandings. Even though I doubt many people see this, and even fewer care to read it, I'll need to provide my side of things. Thank you for your time. You didn't take accountability, though, dude. You didn't take accountability. Also, like, there's a few parts where you didn't really provide, like, solid proof. You know what I mean? Like, I agree 100% that you're innocent until proven guilty. However, you need to also understand there's two things about this, right, chat? You're innocent until proven guilty, but also when there's a pattern of behavior and you failed to actually address half of the problems people have had with you, it one makes your apology look bad, but at the same time, on top of that, multiple people have come forward and talked about this stuff. It's a pattern at that point, you know what I mean? And to say, oh, there's no proof, so I'm not guilty, right? Well, here's the problem with a lot of that as well. There is a very large percentage of people who are sexually assaulted who don't come forward in time to provide sufficient DNA evidence or things like that, right, chat? This person obviously wanted to move on, but felt like they needed to come forward about it after recollection. It had time to move away from it, you know what I mean? You being there and talking to them does not prove your innocence on it, right? If anything, when multiple people come and talk about a pattern of your behavior and doing this, I would do everything in my power to prove that I am not guilty. And I don't feel like you did that at all in this document. You didn't address the shit that you talked. You didn't really provide real proof that you weren't bothering and stalking Mickey or saying shitty things about, you know, Missy as well. Like, to me, what this seems like is that you never asked for consent. You did something you shouldn't have done. You took advantage of somebody that you had a room with. And now what you're trying to do right here is be like, oh, no, I didn't do any of that. The proof is on them, right? At the end of the day, you still did these horrible things, and there's still a pattern of bad things you've done to other people. So what do we have left to look at other than all of this information put together? Because you might say, oh, well, you know, court-wise, you don't have anything on me. But in the court of public opinion, we look at this, right? And we take all of the evidence and we put it all together and we make our own judgment call about it. And there's no accountability, dude. There's no accountability. And you definitely took advantage of somebody. This is about the court of public opinion. There's actual court and there's court of public opinion. And sadly, I don't think he would actually be charged with SA because, you know, Chaa Chilla would need to come forward with a lot more stuff and information about it, right? There would need to be potentially kit done, things like that. And it's way too late, you know? But yeah, this is basically like, she was trapped. That's the vibe I get from it, and that's my opinion. Ultimately, chat, there were some responses to this document. Of course, when this person released this as well, right? Why wouldn't you share more info about the room booking? For me being accused, I tried to make the case she was on board with sharing about the implications. Again, that's what I said. Why were there not more screenshots about that stuff, right? Why were there not more screenshots? Dodge everything. You waited till she was asleep. Exactly. Like, oh, I waited till she was awake. That doesn't give any excuse, dude. Like, what the fuck? Absolutely horrible individual, chat. Froggy goes on to respond, dude, it's all hearsay. It's a stretch and a half. When it's 5 separate female creators coming forward in my DMs about the weird and inappropriate comments you made towards them and calls. Exactly. It is beyond a pattern, chat. You can say no proof, he. When there's witnesses and multiple people on my messages saying they saw this coming from a mile away, can't help genuinely. I agree. Neko Mickey also, I mean, we watch a little bit of her stream, but of course I encourage you to watch the whole thing. Neko Mickey goes on to say, I've been shown a follow-up doc by Spider trying to rebut my claims. I read the doc and I'd like to point out, you're still lying why I modded you. A fellow mods to vouch about your lies is actually what's led to you being removed. And again, they did not ever address them talking shit about Mickey. You're never owed explanations why you're banned. Made me uncomfortable from past experiences. I don't need to talk to you afterward. You say you tried to avoid me at the con, but I and at least 2 other people can confirm seeing you staring at me over 3 days at the convention, bro. You're cooked. You did not provide any verifiable proof of these claims. Please stop lying about me and leave me alone. That's where I want to end it. But stop trying to slander me or I will defend myself and my friends. They literally have witnesses going, bro, this guy is stalking you. This right here tells me a lot. Especially when like, oh, I didn't do it. Here's videos of me at this thing. Oh, that doesn't really prove anything, you know? Like, are they your videos? I'm gonna tell you guys, you want my verdict on this? This person took advantage of somebody. They never asked for permission. They never asked for consent. They took advantage of somebody. And now that they're being called out for it, they're like, oh, well, no proof. Absolutely horrible, chat. Again, I want to remind you of this particular person. Again, their name here is, of course, Sparta. That is right, guys. I'm going to pull them up for you again. Their name is Sparta Kickman. I highly recommend you take today's information, mull on it and make a decision that is best for you and your communities. Obviously, I can't tell you what to do. I can only recommend and tell you my opinion. But I think looking at the evidence where this stands. So, there you go, guys. Wish, of course, Missy, all of the victims, Mickey, and of course, Chaa Chilla, all of the love in the world. Please give Chaa Chilla some love. Obviously not something that anybody should have to go through, chat. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Yeah, again, they're like, oh, no proof. Even though, 10 people are calling you out. Yeah, no. Absolutely not. Yeah, give her some. I just followed her, too, as well, so... It's sad, chat, how often this happens, and there are so many victims. It's sad, it's gross, and it's horrible.